So,
Peace.
peace to you too.
So here we are again for our weekly session, and let's see if someone joins us today or not. And I'm going to just paste the link for whoever wants to join. They can join the conversation, and they can ask their questions directly or not. And I will pin this as well. Here we go. So it's going to be on the top of the chat. And
I,
Salam, Summer is here.
I don't know.
What? What's up? Oh, she's gone as well. Great. Well, I guess we're starting with some technical difficulties. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, somebody can join me here so we can start. So, basically, today, what we're going to do is we're going to read a passage from the Quran, like we said last time, but on a specific subject. And we will go through that, talk about that, and then at the end of it, or while we're reading it, whoever wants to ask questions about it can ask questions, and we can then go into general Q&A after that. So, so that is what we're going to try and do as soon as someone joins me here. Let's see. Okay, you're back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So, why aren't you answering then?
I don't know. I'm hearing you twice.
I don't know. It's your issue there, something. I can't hear you twice.
Yeah.
Can everybody else hear me twice as well? Or just Manaz here? Is it echoing for other people? The voice. I mean, you probably have some other window open as well, so close that. Possibly. I don't know. So, are you hearing me rightly now or not? Okay, so they can hear me once. So it's your problem, something to do with your setup there. Can you answer me? Can you hear me, Manaz?
I can hear you, but I'm hearing also afterwards some
Well,
residual
there's some.
sound.
Then like close the tabs that you have open in other than the browser window that you have open. Close the
Okay.
other tabs.
Okay, it worked.
Uh-huh. Okay, then you had the live stream going as well. That's the problem, most
Okay.
likely. Anyway, okay, so as I said, so we're going to read a passage. And since no one said anything about what to read this week, we will read the initial creation of man in chapter 2. That's just part of it. Of course, the whole story is far, far deeper and complex. But we will start by reading that passage where God initiates the creation of man and what happened there, and that passage that is in chapter 2. Now, before we start, I just want to clarify that most people on the earth have no clue, those who hold these books and those who don't, that man was created altogether once before this creation. The creation we're in today is the second creation of man. not the first one. The first one is what we're going to speak about today, the initiation of man, and what happened there in a, uh, I would call it myopic, because this is one aspect of that creation that we speak about in the Quran, from the signs that we're going to read today. And then this is the second creation that we are in, all of us, from Adam, who is our father here, down to all of us today, and down to the last man who will be born on this earth and die. And that is preordained. Nothing can stop that. We're all going to be born here, whoever is, and we will die here, or we will die in the wombs before we are even born here. So that is preordained. You can't stop that. Nobody's going to do anything to stop that. They can dream about whatever they want, and on the other side, no one is going to escape this earth either. Whatever delusions people have of being able to escape this earth in this lifetime here, or this creation, is an absolute delusion. It's a fantasy which is being fed to all on the earth today, these days, that they think they've left the earth. Nobody's left this earth. It is bound. You cannot go out from the sides, and you cannot go up above. And if you drill into it, you will find a barrier which you will not be able to cross below either. Yeah. So we will look at this segment here, where God is speaking to the angels, from where he initiates the creation of God. So we'll start from sign number 28, chapter 2. So the Spirit tells us, Gabriel, how can you reject with the God, and you were dead, but gave you life? So now, this sentence here tells us that we were dead, but we were given life. So at the first creation, we were nothing, and we were given life. Or we could call ourselves dead, and we were given life. So both would fit here. So it could mean, dead means we weren't there, or dead could mean that we were alive and then we were given life. And then we were given death, then we were given life. So you can look at it in both those scenarios, that we were either nothing and then we were given life, or we were dead because we had been alive. Then to him you will return. So you have to know that this dead is before we were given life the first time. This is the first life. Then he will give you death, or then he gave you death. How is it going to happen? You can fit it both ways. You can go both ways here. It's quite, uh, I mean, the way God writes these signs, you can interpret them both ways, because both can be fitted into the conversation. Let's see. If we were alive, then dead, then we were given life, which is this life. Then he will give you death, which is death here. Then
Yeah.
he will give you life. Now, if you look at it from the aspect of our first initiation, when we were created from sulfur, we were dead, we were nothing, gave you life. Then he gave you death, you can say here. Then he will give you life. Or then he gave you life when you're here, or give you life when the next one comes, or they're not alive, right? When they come here, then they will look at this and they say, then he gave you life. Then to him you will return. Oh, but here, how does it return? So this is after you're given life, you're going to return? Or this life? Of course, after this life, we will return to him as well. So this sentence can put you in circles, and you have to figure out how to fit it. It can fit all of it, this one sentence, that this is the first creation or the second creation at this stage. Both of them can fit here. But you have to then figure out how is it going to be the other rest of it. I've written it as gave you life, then he will give you death, i.e., this life. I've written it as this life that we're in. So, from this perspective, as we are alive, we were dead before this and gave us life. Then he will give us death here. Then he will give us life. Then to him we will return. So, that fits perfectly, right, with the hereafter. But you can fit it also to the first creation through understanding of what this sign is actually saying. So he, the one who created you, what in the earth altogether, then sat to the heaven. So now, uh, the earth was completely created, everything. Then he sat to the heaven, but shaped them seven heavens. So the heavens were created after the earth was complete. And the earth was obviously one earth, yeah, this where we are, and all the other earths that we don't see anymore. And he's divided them obviously now into different earths. Just like on the earth, we have different earths, like you have North America, you have Africa, you have Australia, you have the Euro-Asian earth, you can call it earth as well, and the whole thing is the earth as well. So it created all of it, the one we see here, of whatever we see here, and the earth that we don't see, which is under the other six heavens above us. So this clearly shows you that he created what in the earth altogether, all of it was created, then sat to the heaven, but shaped them seven heavens. So he created them into seven heavens. He shaped them into seven heavens. And he with everything knowledgeable. So he knows everything. People will argue that a little bit later when I say he doesn't know everything. But you have to understand the nuances. And behold, said your Lord to the angels. Now, here in this sentence, the Spirit is talking to one man, because this Quran or any book that comes to a man is for that man to understand and then deliver it to the rest of mankind. The rest of mankind can read this and understand what they can, but the messengers and the prophets, they're the ones who are chosen by God to understand this book completely and deliver it to the people therein for them to then reject it, and then they're destroyed. So he is talking to one man here. In this case, it's me. Today, it's me. There is no one else on the earth today that is a messenger or a prophet. And behold, said your Lord to the angel. So this is what God says to the angels. Surely I will make in the earth a caliph. So this is a decision. He's going to make in the earth a caliph. So now when you look at the earth here, it doesn't have to be just this earth. It could be any earth, right? He chooses where he wants to make which one caliph of which earth. They said, so the angels respond, are you making in her one? He will war in her, and he will spill the blood. And us, we glorify with your praise, and we holy to you. So the angels are aghast. They're like, are you gonna make in her one who's gonna spill blood? And we are glorifying you, we're praising you, and we holy to you. So the question arises here: why are the angels aware of this fact? Why are the angels aware of this fact that this creation, us, that are going to be created right now, he hasn't said that, yeah, but we know, since this is us being created here, we already know this, because we know. And he says, why? I mean, the angels say, why? Why do they know that the this creation is going to spill blood? Because there's been an example of us before. The demons, they were created before us. They're like us in their aspect of rejection of God, rebelling against God, and causing all mayhem on the earth. So they've been running around doing this forever. The only creation uh, in the under the heavens are the demons and the men that can reject God, that can go against God's command, that have the free will to reject God, to reject his messengers, to reject the command of God. The only two creations that I know of that have been given to us in this book. There is no other example in the Quran that I know of, and I don't think there is, absolutely, surely, that can reject God or rebel against God are the demons and the men, the fire beings and us, the men. So they already knew this, the angels. That's why they're asking this question. There is no other reason why they would know. I mean, if there was nobody who was rejecting God, there would be no spilling of blood and things like that going on in the earth, other than the demons doing it before us, which is what they were and are. And with the help of men, they do it further in this earth, the blood spilling and war and strife and everything else. So this is their response to God. And then God says, surely I know what not you know. So he's telling the angels, you don't know what I know. which obviously tells us that the angels do not know everything. Obviously, the only one who knows everything is God. So now, and taught Adam the names, all of them. So now we are not told who is this man or whatever here, but we know because we've read the Quran that this is we're talking about the man here. And taught Adam the names, all of them, then turned them over the angels. But he said, inform me with names of these, if you be truthful. So now, what are these names? The angels know literally everything that is going on in front of them, right? They know what's happening all together. The angels and the spirit, they know what's happening in front of them, right? Whatever's been created by God, they know it because they helped God create it. I mean, help meaning God commanded them to create those things, whatever that they created with the command of God and the power that He vests in them. So, who are the names that God has taught Adam? So, if you step back, what has just been created? The man. The man has been created. And when he says the man, all of us have been created. Every single one of us is standing there. Okay? And he taught Adam all our names. That's what he did. And he did not teach the angels our names. That's why he's saying, inform me with names of these if you be truthful. So then they respond, the angels, glory you, no knowledge to us except what you teach us. So you understand, whatever God teaches the angels, they know that completely, which is what's been happening up until this point. And then he says, surely you the knowledgeable, the wise. So they're stepping back saying, we don't know this. We only know what you teach us. So then God says, oh Adam, inform them with names of them. So them here are the angels. Names of them is us here, all of mankind. He knew the names of all of us that God gave us at that time. So when inform them with names of them, so them are the angels, them are us here. Inform them are the angels, with names of them are all of us. He said, did not I say to you, surely I know unseen of the heavens and the earths, and I know what you declare and what you hiding. So now he's telling everyone in front of him, specifically the angels, that this is a warning to them if you look at it. He said, didn't I tell you? I know the unseen, and I know what you're declaring and what you hiding. So how can an angel be hiding something from God? We'll learn later. And behold, he said to the angels, prostrate to Adam. So, by this honor that he gave Adam, and he did not, he then commanded all the angels to prostrate to Adam. So they prostrated, except Iblis, refused and arrogant, and was from the rejectors. So now you see what has just been said. I know what you're declaring, and I know what you're hiding. So when all of them prostrated, so they prostrated, whoever the angels except Iblis. So this is clearly telling you Iblis was an angel, no doubt about it. But he refused and arrogant and was from the rejectors. So here we are not told who Iblis is actually. I can tell you he's a demon. He's one of the demons that was made an angel by God. And he, for whatever reason, God was testing him and whoever of the other angels may be hiding some rebelliousness in their souls from the demons, if there were any there. The true angels, like Gabriel, like Michael, they cannot go against they are completely under the control of God. They have no ability to renege against God's command. The true angels that are made angels to control all the heavens and the earth, if they had that ability, there'd be chaos in the heavens and the earth. There is no chaos except the ones we invent in our minds that there's chaos out there. The chaos is on the earth created by man or brought upon man and the demon by what sent forth their hands. That is the chaos that is on the earth. And you may believe that a lot of the stuff going on is chaos, but it's fully controlled by God, all this chaos that you think is chaos. So Iblis was a demon made an angel. Now, were there other demons that were made angels? I don't know. I know of only one. His name is Iblis. He is the Satan today. And all the followers of him are either the rejectors of God, those who partner with God, or the Satans that follow him, the close ones. The closest one to him are all Satans, the highest. They're all Satans, made Satans by God with the will of God. So this is the guy who refused to prostrate to Adam. Now you would say, why should you prostrate to anybody other than God? Because God commands you to prostrate, just like he commands man to prostrate to the command of the messenger. That's a prostration. When God says obey the messenger, that means prostrate to the command of the messenger. Period. That's what it is. There's no other explanation of that. And we said, O Adam, establish you and your spouse the garden. So now this has happened. Iblis has refused the prostration, and God tells Adam, establish you and your spouse the garden and eat both from her continuously where you both wish. And don't you both near this, the tree, but you both will be from the wrongdoer. So now he's told Adam and his spouse, eat, establish, do what you want fundamentally, yeah, where you both wish, but don't you near this, the tree, but you both will be from the wrongdoers. So, I mean, we know he tasted eventually, unfortunately, but made them both slip the Satan over her. So, over her is the garden, but took them both out from what they were both in it, the bliss. And we said, so now this one line needs about a half an hour to an hour of explanation, but we will not do it right now. Satan made them slip over the garden, but took them both out from what they were both in it. And we said, get down, some of you to others enemies, and to you in the earth a place, and sustenance to a while. So now, this he's speaking to all of us. Okay? He's not just speaking to Adam. He's speaking to all of mankind. You can't tell it here, you have to look at the Arabic. He's speaking to all of us. Get down. What happened to us up there, you can argue about it one way or the other. Don't blame Adam. Do not blame Adam. Because if you were tested, you would fall probably way quicker and easier than Adam and his spouse fell. Okay? So let's just put that to the side. We don't know what happened with us. And if we were tested, most of us, if not all of us, failed as well. I mean, probably all of us failed. So God tells us all, get down. Some of you to others, enemies. So now look on the earth. There are not friends everywhere. There are enemies. Have been since the beginning, are today, and will be till the end. So don't try and bring peace on this earth. There will be no peace because there will be no coincidence of faith, the true faith, which is this book. You cannot come to true faith without believing this book and abiding by its commands, which will never happen, has never happened, will never happen, is not happening, cannot happen, because most of us will reject, like was the situation with Adam, who rejected God in the first creation. So and to you in the earth a place and sustenance to a while, which we're here. I mean, we don't go on forever. It's only to a while that we're here, all of us together and each one. So, but thrown Adam from his Lord words, but turned over him. Surely he the turner, the merciful. So whatever happened, I mean, obviously you don't know what happened. I know. We can read about it later, but what happened, God turned over Adam. God accepted his crimes. Yeah, that's fundamentally why. We can go into the details, but not right now. So fundamentally, God turned over Adam and threw him words, which is guidance. The words of God are guidance to mankind, all of us. And he sends those words over his messengers and prophets to then guide the rest. Who are they? Amongst the messengers are amongst the rest, and they are never taken seriously till the end. Surely he the turner, the merciful. So God will turn, but he will not turn until you turn. This is, oh, he's a turner, he's going to. No, no, no. You have the choice. It starts with God and it ends with God. We are in the middle trying to make our path to wherever we're going to end, and most of us are going to end in hell. There is no two things about it. Then again, we said, get down from her altogether. So repetition of that. Get down from her altogether. Her is the garden here, not the one we're on, the earth which has gardens in it, by the way. The Garden of Eden is not here. We were up there on the other planes of existence, one of them up there under the other six heavens. We don't know which one of them. Get down from her altogether, but of what it surely comes to you from me guidance. So he's talking to all of us here, okay? He's saying all of us, but one who follows guidance, but no fear over them, and not will they grieve like me. We don't fear and we don't grieve except God. He tries us, obviously. But who follows the guidance? Mostly no one.
Yeah.
But he's saying, it will surely come down to you from me guidance. He's told all of us before we came here. So every people before us and every people afterward will get this guidance, the same guidance that is coming to you today, that comes to every messenger. He is the one guided. The true guided is the messenger, no one else. The messengers of the prophets are the true guided, high, far beyond imagination of any other man who thinks he's smart. They think they're smart. And those who reject and they falsify with our signs, they companions of the fire. They in her living perpetually. So now, at that time, when we were sent down, this was what told to us, by the way. We forget, obviously. We don't remember anything here rather than there. But this is what was told to us, okay? So if you're going to falsify, you will be companions of the fire. So this is telling you everything is already created before man was created. The demons were burning in the fire before man was created, obviously. If a demon was an angel, how many demons do you think were in the fire? Far more than one. Gazillions of them. Now, so this is where it ends. Yeah, and I'll just end with the start of talking to the sons of Israel. So now God turns to the sons of Israel, who are extremely important in this whole um, sequence of events that has been occurring from the beginning to Israel, who is Jacob, to now until the end, when Jesus returns around the end, whenever that is, I don't know. O sons of Israel, remember my favor, which I favored over you, and I complete with my promise, complete with your promise, and to me, but revere me. So he's talking directly to the sons of Israel. So this ends here, yeah. So this is what happened up there. So I can tell you a few other things, but I'm not going to how they fell or what actually happened. But you can ask questions as to what you want to know about what happened there. Yeah. So let me bring in Imran. Let's see if he's. Can you hear me, Imran?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
He's here. Yeah. Okay. So
See,
that's what I wanted to say about this. If anyone has questions about what is going on here, or you want further explanations, you can put your questions or come and join us. You have any, Imran?
you said earlier that you don't want to get into that why God turned over him,
Mm-hmm.
but you said that you have some answer for that.
Okay, I can give you the answer for that. You have to ask, otherwise I'm not going to give you the answer. So this I'll bring it up again. Let me see if we're still there. So
I cannot hear you.
I'm not speaking.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay, let's see if I can find this here. I can type it, but I'm not going to. Oh,
It's
here we
there.
are.
It's there.
Okay, so so now we continue from what did he do? He made them both slip. So let's see what the sign says. Chapter 7, sign 22. So made them both fall with deception. Okay, deception. He deceived them both.
Hmm.
But when both tasted the tree, open to them both their evils. What are these both evils? We can talk about this in a little more detail. And both passed. They both covering over them both from leaves of the garden. So what are the evils here directly? Their private parts. They
Hmm.
changed having their private parts. Like, basically, I would see them being created. They didn't have them. And when they took the tree, those private parts, the Netherlands, were created. Yeah. And both passed, they both covering over them both from leaves of the garden, because they saw them, what the hell is this? Yeah. Can you imagine? And called
Imagine.
them both Lord of them both. So they've been deceived by Satan. I'll tell you why they were deceived now that you've asked. God says to them both, did not I stop you both? Over this do you both the tree? Remember in chapter 2, he said to them, don't come, you will be wrongdoers. And I said to you both, surely the Satan to you both an enemy clear. So now you got to understand Iblis has become the Satan when he refused God's command there. Did I not say to you this? And they're standing there, obviously completely bamboozled, completely aghast at what they've done. And they both said, our Lord, we wronged our souls. And if not, you forgive to us, and you mercy us, to our surely being from the losers. He said, get down, some of you to others' enemies, and to you in the earth a place and sustenance to a while. Thing, exact thing that was repeated. And then he says, in her you will live, and in her you will die, and from her you will be taken out. Okay? We ain't going anywhere. Do you understand this? Nobody's going out of this earth. We are going to die here, and from here we will come out. However, he brings us out, whether from our graves, from the hell into this earth, or from the garden if we be there, or from the unseen. He will bring us out here at the end. Okay, so this is what happened. Now you can ask how he made them fall. They had everything, right? I mean, it's objectively clear that they had everything. We just read what God told them: establish, eat, whatever, no problem. Yeah, no problem. So, okay, whoever wants to ask a question, they can type it there. You don't have to ask me, can you ask me a question, please? Yeah, just type it there. I'll come to it later when I feel like it. Okay, so now that so he deceived them, right? So how did he deceive them? They had everything there. So how did they deceive? We talked about it a few weeks ago, right?
Hmm.
There were three things he told them to entice them into taking from the tree. Three things clearly. I mean, I don't know if anything else was said, but these three things were clearly said to them. He said that your Lord, he stops you from this tree because if you taste of it, you would become two angels. He told both Adam and his spouse. Number two, that if you taste this tree, you will live perpetually. And number three, if you taste this tree, you will inherit a kingdom that will never perish, or to you a kingdom that will never perish. So let's analyze this today. I talked to my wife about it yesterday. Actually, we were talking about this yesterday. So two angels. So obviously they're not angels. The angels are higher. Obviously, here, as written by God and all over the Quran, the angels are far higher than us. So, how could you be enticed by becoming less than what you are? I don't think that works with any of us, does it? It does not.
No,
I don't think so.
no.
So, what was the enticement? That you will become two angels if you taste. So they're like, oh, okay. Then the other is you will live perpetually. Now, if they were going to live perpetually in the garden, would they have been enticed by that? No,
No.
No,
obviously not. So that's an indication that that was a trial they were in as well, the first one, that they were going to be brought out of that as well after the trial finished, however the term was. Obviously, we know which term it ended with by them taking the fruit from the tree and destroying their closeness to God and their honor that God gave them, right? So that's number one. So that's a clear indication that they may have not known, or it was not clear that they were going to live forever in that creation. And the third is a kingdom that will not perish. That's another indication that what they were in there was no certainty that it would last forever. The garden they were in, and they were being tried with this tree. And why were they being tried? Because Satan said, give me sight till they're brought out, right? At the beginning, if you look at it in the Quran, you will find that he's
Hmm.
being given sight. So all this trial, maybe it was without Satan he intended, but Satan asked, give me sight. I don't know. I mean, it's cause and effect. God works on cause and effect. If then, if not, then not. Just put it all over you. This is how we are. This is how we are in our creation and what happens out there. We have choices. If this, then that. Yeah. If that, then the other thing. If not, then not. If yes, then yes. I mean, you can go on and on, right? It's our choices that bring our future uh, to our to our faces, and then when it's a hard truth about us being absolute insane animalistic beings who have brought the destruction upon ourselves, we say, why this, why did this happen, why did this no, nonsense. So these are the three things. So they got enticed and they took the fruit. Did they forget that God told them not to take, or did they just disobey him? They disobeyed God. They did not forget.
Hmm.
They knew God had told them. They knew it. That's why he's asking for immediate forgiveness here. Our Lord, we wronged our souls. And if not, you forgive to us and you mercy us to our surely being from the losers. So, in the event of Satan, when he was asked, and I'll add this, it's not in our reading today. When Satan was told, why aren't you prostrated? He doubled down, saying, I ain't going to prostrate this little thing you created. He's less than me. I'm better than him. You created me from fire and you created him from sulfur. I ain't going to prostrate to this thing. Oh, so you're not going to prostrate to God, you mean? That's what he's actually doing. When you obey God, you're prostrating to him. So when you're obeying us, the messengers, you're obeying God. You're not obeying us. Oh, how does that work? Because God told you to obey us, but you're not the messenger of God. Great, then don't obey me. That's what happens every time, right? It's a
Yes.
man like us. How are you going to follow a man like us? Look at him. Can't even speak properly. He doesn't even look good. He has no wealth. He has no following. Nonsense.
We're
Complete.
falling for the same thing Satan fell with Adam.
Absolute. And look at what's happening here on the earth. They can't promise you to become angels, right?
Yeah.
Because if they said that, hey, are there angels? So nobody believes they're angels here today. So what are they promising you? The other two things.
Yeah, live
They're
perpetual.
promising you perpetual life, and they're promising you kingdom that will never decline.
Yep.
And when the command of God comes, I'll finish with this one here, and then we go to other questions. When the command of God comes, this is what he's going to tell them about this nonsense that they're spewing on the earth about no never declining. Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah. So can you see it? Chapter
The,
14,
yeah.
Yeah.
44. And warn the mankind. A day it comes to them the punishment, they will say, those who wrong, our Lord, delay us to a term close. We will answer your call and we will follow the messengers. Oh, that day you're going to say it, obviously. That day you'll run to me and say, yeah, we want to follow you now. The answer from God that day will be, and it is to every generation. It's no different. It's every generation is told the same thing. Or not you were, you swearing from before, not to you from decline. Look at these people. Do they talk about any decline in their progress ever? That they're ever
No.
step back? It's a continuous progression from day one till we go to Mars, till we leave this galaxy which doesn't exist, and Mars where you cannot go, or the moon that you've never stepped foot on and probably never will. And maybe they'll prove you something. Oh, we can get to the moon. I don't think you get to the moon at all. Absolutely, but they've not been there, that's for sure. And you established in residences of those who wrong their souls. So, how are they or we established in residence of those, because they've been destroyed and you're in their residences now, and clarified to you how we did with them, and we struck to you the examples. Okay, so don't tell God that day this, which you will, all of you out there, our Lord, delay us to a term close. We will answer your call and we will follow the messengers. Sure, you will now. Of course, you will. And the answer will be this: hell to all of you. And have they plotted their plot, and with the God their plot? And if is their plot to decline from it the mountains? So if they blow up mountains, it will make no difference.
Yeah.
Okay, God doesn't care. You can blow up as many mountains as you want. How many mountains have they blown up? None. So There's a question. Let's see.
Can you make yourself
Uh,
bigger?
uh, uh,
Go ahead.
before just about this what you just read, two things. That one is that Satan knew that we will be taken out, and the words that Father Adam read, were these the words that God threw at him?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I mean, all words are thrown by God, right?
Yeah.
So when he says get down, he's talking about when he was on the earth. He thrown the words there. In chapter 2, if you're talking about what we read, it
Hmm.
is after he was thrown down. Those words came from him, but any word said is invented by God.
Hmm.
We choose the words of the things that he's inspired to us to say. Of those words, we have choices, right?
Yeah.
God wants to see which choice you're going to make. When people say God knows everything, they're absolutely true. And when I tell you God doesn't know everything, that is true as well.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you have a maze in front of you, it's finite. There is no way you can get out of that maze. It's so complex that I'm just giving you a little maze with a rat or a mouse in it. But it's a maze so complex that we cannot wrap our heads, hands, or anything around it at all. That maze is what it is. That is the box we're in, this creation, with the myriad number of choices that we have to take our path to the hellfire or take our path to salvation, to the garden. Correct? That's
Yeah.
the only paths we have. Now, God knows all of that. That means God knows everything. He knows every path you can take. Correct? There is no
That's
other path you can take except the path that God has put for all of us. And which of those paths we will take, He will see. That's what the trial is all about. God has given you a choice, or He's given you 1,000 choices. He wants to see which of those you will choose. And he's given you the one you should choose with this Quran of all those choices. It's all explained. There is no confusion or contradiction here. He doesn't know which each of us will choose. He knows everything. But he wants to see when you come to a fork, which side of the fork you will take. Or when you come to a fork with 10 steps, one way or the other, which of the 10 steps you will take. And then you can start and imagine the absolute insanity, the infinite permutations that we have in our lives, through our lives. Yeah, normally, unless we die when we're in the womb, we don't have many choices there. We literally don't have any choices. So you understand that?
Yeah.
yes.
So, finally, Satan knew that we will be taken out, but we're not clear if Father
We
Adam knew
don't
that or not.
know. Nobody know. Yeah, I mean, they said we're gonna till the day they're taken out. Now there's a confusion as to which one he's talking about. Could be both. We don't
Hmm.
know this. Yeah, I mean, we were going to be taken out of that trial for sure. How the trial would have ended, we don't know this, right? Because we know how it ended. What was the
Yeah.
other way it was going to end? If he did not take, if Adam and his spouse did not take from the tree, how would have that ended? What would have been the term of that? We have no idea because it didn't come to that term. So how were we taken out? Thrown down to this earth because Adam asked for forgiveness and his spouse asked for forgiveness and mercy, right? That's why we still exist in this second chance that we have on this earth, in this second creation that we're in. This is the last chance we have. After this, we will be all in hell or all in the garden, and most of us will be in hell, and few will be in the garden after this is finished. This is preordained, by the way. This cannot be changed. You will say, oh, well, then God is not fair. No, God is absolutely fair because He knew what we did the first life. And He knows most of us are going to do the same thing again. But those who choose to now repent their ways and correct by knowing this book and knowing what happened and knowing our flaws, they will succeed. The rest will never wake up and they will love the life of the world and they will have no knowledge. They will be oblivious and they will be ignorant of the afterlife and they will mock it. They will mock that like they do on the earth today. They mock the hereafter. They love the life of this world over the hereafter. God doesn't tell you not to love the life of the world. He tells you don't love the life of the world over the hereafter, because the life of the world is but play in the hereafter. So it's nothing. So all this riches that you're accumulating on this earth is worth nothing. Absolutely nothing in the hereafter. Not a drop. Maximum a drop in the ocean out there is this life to the hereafter, and the ocean is big, you know it, you've seen it, most of you. So that's the reality.
Beautiful. Surely the God is merciful, I tell you, man.
Okay, so we have a question. Could you please explain with a clarification of the event unfolding within the opening content of Abasa? Okay, let's look at Abasa. Yeah. Okay. The opening context here, this is, can you see it?
No.
You can't see it. Okay, let me bring it up again. Okay, so here the chapter's title is Frowned, and it is pointing to the messenger, the prophet. So frowns and turns, that comes to him the blind. And what? It will make you understand. Maybe he surely purifies, or he surely remembers, but benefit him the reminders. Of what one? Self sufficient, but you to him a wall. And not over you, surely not he purifies. And of what one? Comes to you, he's striving, and he fears, but you over him, you're revolving. Like surely no, surely they're reminders, but one who wishes, he remembers. In scriptures honored, raised, purified, with hands of scribes, honored, benevolent. Okay, so in this case, this is what happens with a lot of us, messengers, prophets, and it happened to Muhammad as well. That somehow they think that the rich people or the self-sufficient are the ones they need to run after. It didn't happen to me actually, because I learned this way before any of that happened. So he frowns and turns. So the spirit is admonishing the messenger here, whoever that be, and in this case, it's Muhammad. He did this, obviously, and he's being admonished by the Spirit, by Gabriel. He's telling him straight to his face that he frowns and turns, that comes to him the blind. Which blind are we talking about? Now, people will talk about the man who cannot see. Nonsense. It is a man who is blind to faith. He doesn't know faith. And what it will make you understand, maybe he surely purifies. I don't understand if the blind will purify himself. Or he surely remembers, but benefit him the reminders. Of what one? Self sufficient, but you to him a wall. So telling the messenger, the one who's self sufficient, who's wealthy, you stand to him like a wall. Huh? And not over you, surely not he purifies. It's not over me whether he purifies or whether he not purifies. My job is to deliver the message. Whether it's the poorest of the poor or the richest of the rich who come and ask the question. Yeah? And of what one comes to you is striving, and he fears, but you over him, you're revolving. So this is talking to the messenger. Now, I know the context where this man is asking this question, whatever his name is. It is because I've turned away from him from talking to him directly today. Did I turn away from him the first day he talked to me, a year and a half ago? Not a chance. He proved himself to be an absolute hypocrite, a lying, falsifying hypocrite. So that's why I turn away from talking to this man. I will not be questioned because he's a hypocrite, a liar, a falsifier, to his own soul, not to me. I judge with absolute certainty. I will never turn away from anyone who is sincere. And after a year and a half, I bloody well know if someone is sincere or not, and I will push them away so that I maintain my peace. I'm not here to coddle anyone. I'm not here as a caretaker. I'm here to warn you all. Now, Imran, you're a clear example. How long did it take me to send you to hell?
15, 14 years.
No, no, that's wrong.
I mean, you waited on me, but it took you a minute to send me to hell.
A minute? No. How many years did it take for me to say, go to hell to you?
How many years? 15,
Yes.
14?
No. 2016. Almost 6 years I took your nonsense. Then I said, now you're done. Yeah, that's what I did. It's clear.
Yeah,
You don't remember.
yeah. Now I
Oh, you do
remember.
remember now. You don't remember.
Now I do remember 16 years.
16. Six, I said around 6 years. 2016. Do you not
Yeah,
remember?
2016.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
I
remember or
remember.
not?
I remember now.
Okay. So when people give me this and try and make guilt trip me, they're only going to deceive themselves.
Yeah, but this person also needs to understand that is he a believing person?
He's not a believer. I don't think he's even a Muslim, if you ask me. I don't know that 100%, but I'm pretty sure he's not a Muslim even.
Yeah, but when people come to you, you have been absolutely forbearing. You've given us a lot of chances,
But
and
now
you,
I've decided since the last couple of years, I will give no more chances. You come to me and you show me hypocrisy or disgusting behavior, I will turn away immediately. You disobey me in anything, I will say, go to hell, and I'll be walking the other way. I don't care. It's not over me that you purify yourself. It's not over me that you purify yourself. My job is to deliver the message. The message has been delivered. There is no caveat in that left. It's all there. There's no two things about it, is there? There aren't, for sure. Yeah, I will only speak to the one now who contacts me. I've said this to you. I will not go after people. I used to like a fool because I used to like a fool because they were contacting me and I would like be anxious to, oh, let's talk, let's talk. No, not anymore. It's all up to you. You want questions answered? You know where I am. Everybody knows where I am on the earth. It's clear, right? Um,
yeah,
on
you
the
did.
internet,
Yeah.
to contact me is like a click away. Nobody contacts me because they're all deluded. They think they need to be treated well by me. Oh, you will be treated well if you are humble to the signs of God, to the commands that I deliver you. If you are humble to that, you will never see me agitated. Has that been the case ever?
Yeah.
That when
No,
you
I
are
mean,
humble to God's
Yeah.
command, have I ever been agitated with you people?
never.
No, no, no.
No,
And
it
there's
cannot
a,
be other than that. I've
and
learned from this
the
chapter, I've learned that
Yeah,
I'll be
this,
forbearing to the believers, to those who submit to God, the Muslims that are true Muslims, no one else.
it's unbelievable that when this sign was brought up, what you were saying was what I was thinking because this is the foolish act that I used to do whenever my ass used to get whooped with the lies that I spewed out, and you would correct me. I would go back to this chapter, I would read it, and then I would slap myself. So that's what we need to do because this show is an opening for all of us with the will of God that you're giving us, and we should make the best of it.
Yeah. Anyway, so now he has another question. After believing person commits a sin on the earth and repents to God and is forgiven, will they be forgiven without an incident within the life of this world as the punishment? Depends. God may punish you, God may not punish you for your crimes. Like
yeah,
with Moses, he passed over his killing the soul. There was no punishment. I mean, the punishment would have been death, right? If you go eye for an eye, he killed a soul, God forgave him. So, and what happened the next day? He tried to kill another soul. And that's when God took him away from Egypt and deposited him in Madian, which is Tiberias today in northern Israel. And he stayed there till he was ready and he was done with all his development to become a messenger of God complete when he left with his keepers and he met God at the fire where God delivered the command that he was to do, and returned to Pharaoh and his people and warned them as they were transgressing. Even then he was not ready. Him and Aaron, they were afraid. But they had to go.
Can you make yourself
Okay,
big?
go ahead. Well, you were saying something?
No, I just wanted you to make yourself big again.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, we're big. All
Yeah.
right, so we have 5 minutes, then we're heading out. Any other issues?
I
Anyone?
have, I
Go ahead.
do this sign number 266 chapter 2.
Sign 266, chapter 2.
Yes, if you can please explain that.
Okay. So here the Spirit says, Gabriel tells us all, does he want any one of you that she be to him a garden from dates and grapes, flowing from beneath her the rivers, to him in her from all the fruits, and comes to him the old age, and to him progeny weak, but comes to her a whirlwind, in it fire, but burns her. Do you want any one of you wants this? Like that he clarifies, the God, to you the signs. Maybe you think, no, they won't think, my Lord, most of them. So anyway, this is the question is to all of us. Do you want all of this? Yeah. And you have a progeny weak in old age, and a fire comes and burns the whole thing down. Do you want this? Any of you?
No.
Most of
No,
them do. Look at them out there. They don't care about their progeny. They coddle them to make them weaker instead of test them to make them stronger. Instead of poke them and prod them and admonish them and tell them what is wrong with them from your knowledge. As a believer, you would know, but most of them are absolute ignorance out there, total rejectors of God and his command. So they will make their progeny weaker and weaker while they think they're making them stronger and stronger by protecting them from everything. Yeah. Talk to my wife about it. Yeah. So this is, do you want this old age? And then comes a whirlwind in it fire and burns the whole garden down. Now you're in old age. What are you going to do? Nothing. You're lost. You have no ability, right? You have
right.
no ability anymore. And your progeny is weak. Sissies, little sissies who are weak and not able to stand up to anything. They have already crumbled in their souls because the whole garden is blown up and there's no food coming anymore. There are no fruits. And you're old and you can't do anything to correct anything. Do you want that? No, the answer is you don't want this.
No.
You want to make your progeny strong. Strength does not come from coddling and telling them they're all good and everything's awesome. You're beautiful the way you are. You're the most beautiful thing in the world, my child. My child can do no wrong. He did wrong? No, no, he did not do wrong. He is great. She is great. They're all fantastic. Oh, did my child? No, no, my child did not do any wrong. Don't tell me this. Yeah, okay. This is what most of you follow this path, by the way. All of you, I've seen you all, the ones I've seen. I don't. I've never. And you can ask my kids about it. I laugh because I know it's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, praise to God, Bobby, that you brought out this sign. This is me. It's me
Yeah.
in there.
Okay. All right, then. I think we're good to go. Inshallah, next Friday, same time, 1 p.m. New York time, which will be different for other people on the earth because we're changing daylight, whatever time they push it back 1 hour. So it'll be different for other parts of the earth, but for New York time, 1 p.m. again. And whoever wants a passage to be read and spoken about, they can send it to me. And if not, then we will choose something between us on Friday. Okay.
Inshallah. Hang on.
Yeah.
Last time your piece got cut because
My
you pressed. Yeah, because this has a delay of about couple of seconds. So after you say peace, just wait for a few seconds and then cut the transmission.
Oh, okay. All right. Peace.
Peace.